Hey guys, welcome to Unbiased Rugby. Today I'm going to continue talking about the Springboks. I was watching quite an interesting show on them selecting the New Zealand side, and because obviously there's a lot of talk about selecting all the New Zealand players for before Sunday. I think it's Sunday that they get announced. So there's a lot of talk about what's a successful season and what's a failure and those kind of things. So I thought I'd take a look at some of the stats that are past couple of years. So if over the past 2 years we've had I think a 44% win rate, which is not very good, which is really not good. I think on sometimes we can all the way up to about 75%. I don't think we've, maybe 1 or 2 years we've had the same kind of years that New Zealand has, where they lose 2 games and then it's like the end of the world. So I thought I'd look at it and I think, okay, here we're coming. We ended off last year with 6th after the Six Nations, because obviously teams moved around then. So we're in 6th position on the world rankings, and we've got a 44% win rate. So I know we've got a new coach and we've got a new impetus, but I think we can't be like normal South Africans and sit there and go, well, complete failure is losing 1 game. We've got 14 games this year, 14 tests. So I was trying to look at it and trying to think, what would be success and a failure, what would be an improvement. Look, if we lost 7 games this year and won 7 games, it's still an improvement from the last 2 years. So we don't need a hell of a lot to actually improve from last year or the last 2 years. So I was trying to look at it and think, okay, I've written down the games here that I've got. I've got the Wales game, the England tour, the Rugby Championship, and then I've got the end of year tour to the north. And I've got the list of the teams here, and I'm trying to think, who we could win against, who we couldn't win against, and then try to come up with an idea of what would be classified as a successful year for the Boks. And like I said, a successful year is not about winning every single game. It's about growth going forward, improving from last year, and we've just got to be a bit realistic when it comes to our victories. So I've got through here, and of the games, I think we play Wales twice, we play England 4 times, and then we play obviously Argentina, Australia, and New Zealand twice, and then we've got France and Scotland. So I was trying to think what games we could lose, what we couldn't lose. I think if it was a successful year, we have to win the June series against England 2-1. That'd be success. Our first test against Wales in the United States, we should win. I saw their squad that they sent out, but what I've done is with Wales, I've said we'll win 50% of our games. So we'll lose one of our games against Wales, and I'll put the one at the end of the year, because it's generally when our players are the most tired. We can't lose any games to Argentina. We can't lose any games to Australia. I have put here that we lose both games to New Zealand. I still have a really big feeling that we're going to win the test match at Loftus. But in all fairness, if we are to win the World Cup at some point, we're going to have to beat New Zealand at home. It's just something we have to tick off. I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know when last that happened. It seems like forever ago. Actually, it could be hundreds of years, but not that long. But so we're going to have to beat them at some point, and we have to beat them at home. And to win a World Cup, we're going to have to beat them away from home, because generally, obviously, the next World Cup's in Japan, the next one's in France. So we need to be able to beat them when they're not playing at home. So we need to win our home games. Then coming to the end of the year, I think playing England at the end of the year, when that's generally, I think it's the start of their season and it's the end of our season. I think they might be too strong at Twickenham, so I've put us to lose that game. And then to win our games against France and Scotland. So that gives us a 9-5 split. So it's a 9 victories to 5 losses. And for me, that would constitute a successful year. It's a huge big improvement from where we were last year. I'm not sure of the percentages. I don't really want to do maths in my head now. 66, I don't know, somewhere around there, 70%. And that would constitute that we're doing well, we're going in the right direction. I'm not saying it's going to be pretty rugby, I'm not saying it's going to be the most expansive game in the world, but if we want to know that we're going in the right directions, that's what we need to achieve. 9-5. So by that I mean we'll beat Wales, we'll beat England, we'll lose against England, we'll beat Argentina twice, we'll beat Australia twice. I've said that to lose against New Zealand twice, lose against England, beat France, Scotland, and lose against Wales. But what do you guys think? Well, you know what? We've got to be realistic here, because I don't want to sit there going through the season. When I watched that thing in Albany where we lost 57-0, gee, I just walked away from the TV. I just got so frustrated. I was so angry, and I just walked away. And I've been thinking about it, and it's been so unfair that I just threw away my support because the guys were doing badly. So I don't want to be in that situation again where I expect them to win every single game. I want to be a realist. I want to know what a successful season is. I want to know what you guys think what a successful season is. And then also, what would constitute a fail? For me, I'd say a fail would be 7-7. So we lose to England in June, we lose to England, France, and Wales at the end of the year. That's big. So we basically lose the tour in June. We basically on the November tour we only win one of the 4 games. We still lose against New Zealand, and we end up with a 7-7 split. And I'd say that would be, at least it's a little bit of an improvement from 43%, but please, come on, it's ridiculous. Even Alistair last year had 7 wins, obviously 2 draws and 4 losses. So yeah, what do you guys think? To be realistic, absolutely realistic. We've got a new coach. We're learning a completely new style of rugby. We're still competing against the same sides, and also I was trying to think, if we look at the rankings, where would be a successful? I think sitting at 3rd at the end of the year, we've had a great year. I mean, superb year. Still have Ireland and New Zealand above us, but it's a superb year. I think 4 or 5, it's still an improvement from last year. But if we end up the year on 4 and 5, then after the Six Nations we'll be back at 6. So and 6 and lower, that's it. It's been a complete failure. So yeah, Rusty's been given all the resources. He's got all the players he can select. He's been given time. He's been able to choose his own coaching. So we've literally said, here we go. Here's everything. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at that kind of success or failure for the end of the year. But listen, guys, I'm not going to keep you much longer. Please share this video if you like it. Please like it if you like it. I've got up to 95 subscribers, which is excellent. You'll hear, if you've been watching my videos, you'll know a couple of videos ago I said I didn't think I'd get past 10, and now I'm at 95. So I'm super stoked about that. And I'm great because it's nice to see that there's the same people commenting on the shows. So I really, really appreciate the support. But listen, guys, please just put down your thoughts on what you think a successful year for the Boxers. And please, not win every single game. I think we've got to be realistic. But